I'd like to thank the Northern Miner for the opportunity to talk about Canada Nickel today, a very unique and compelling investment opportunity. Today, the nickel market is approaching what we believe is a new super cycle, which happens every 15 to 20 years. Not only we're seeing a fundamental shift in this nickel market where consumers and industry is looking for and demanding net zero carbon products. We're in a very unique position and have established our Net Zero Metals subsidiary and trademark the terms net zero nickel, cobalt, and iron because we're confident in our ability as we move forward with the project to be able to deliver the net zero nickel and cobalt the electric vehicle industry desperately needs. We own 100% of our Crawford Nickel project, a new nickel sulfide discovery. You get one or two good large-scale nickel sulfide discoveries per decade, and we believe we have the leading one for this coming decade. We're sitting just outside Timmins, Ontario, so we're in a jurisdiction where you can permit and build mines in a quick fashion and have all the infrastructure in place. In less than 1 year, we've already delivered what is one of the 12 largest nickel sulfide resources globally, and that is on less than 20% of the target that we have to date. So we still have a significant amount of exploration potential left to go. We're advancing this project very quickly because of the experience in our team advancing a similar project. We're able to leverage the money and the time invested in that project during the past decade to advance this one very quickly. We're going to complete a PEA by year end, a feasibility study by the end of 2021, with the goal of being in position to deliver the nickel this market needs by the middle part of this decade. Elon Musk 2 weeks ago brought nickel into the focus and really focused on what we believe is one of the critical issues. Very little of new nickel supply is clean. Most nickel has a very large carbon footprint. Indonesia has been the bulk of the growth over the last 5 years and represents the bulk of the growth going forward. And as you can see here on this chart, nearly 90 tons of CO2 is generated because they burn 25 to 30 tons of coal for every ton of nickel produced. This is not what Elon Musk and Tesla had in mind when they started the electric vehicle revolution. We believe because of a unique set of circumstances, which I'll go into in some more detail, to be able to deliver a zero carbon product to the market. We're sitting just outside the 100-year-old gold mining camp of Timmins, Ontario, with all the infrastructure you would need to advance a large-scale project. This is a region that has permitted and built several large-scale gold and base metal mines over the past decade. We look forward to going through this process in the next several years. This list here is WoodMac's list of the largest nickel sulfide resources. When you include our inferred resource, which is the way the rest of these assets are listed, we have over 2 million tons of contained nickel, which places us 11th overall. You'll notice that a lot of these deposits are already owned by the majors. One of the key things that stood out for this deposit from the first 4 holes was the potential for a higher grade core. Those of you who've been in mining know that if you've got an opportunity to deliver more grade early on in the mine life, it has a tremendous impact on the project economics. This high grade cores continue to show up as we complete our infill drilling. And again, we look forward to demonstrating these economics in the PEA that'll be completed at year end. We have a new east zone that we discovered as part of this drilling, which will make this resource even larger than we have to date. And a nice bonus as we've gone through the drilling is a separate PGM zone where we have additional palladium and platinum in addition to the nickel and cobalt resources that we've already outlined here. I'll emphasize that this is a district scale play. The little dark peanut to the right side of the screen is the 2 million ton contained nickel resource that we've already established. All of the area in pink, which is more than 30 kilometers of strike length, is the resource that we have to go after and we will unlock over the coming 12 months. At the beginning of this presentation, I talked about net zero. We're in a unique position because one, the rock that hosts the nickel mineralization actually naturally absorbs CO2 when exposed to air. We're in a location where all of the electricity in the region is net zero carbon hydroelectricity. And third, this is a region that's supportive of downstream processing, which would allow us to capture any off gas and reroute it into the tailings and waste rock and absorb this CO2. Fundamentally, this slide demonstrates why I have most of my non-real estate equity in this company. You get 1 or 2 great nickel sulfide discoveries per decade. The resource we've already outlined, and again, just on a fraction of the overall land package, is already comparable in scale to these kind of nickel discoveries. You can see the valuations that they traded out at, which is a large multiple of where our share price is today. And I think we'll be in a position to realize this value over the coming years. This is truly a great opportunity. We've got a huge scale asset. We're in a location where you can actually build and develop a mine. And most importantly, we're getting the timing exactly right. We're in the early stages of a nickel super cycle. The world's largest nickel consumer to be, Elon Musk, just said that he needs more clean nickel. And we're one of the few projects that can actually deliver net zero carbon nickel in a time frame that he is going to need it. With that, I'll be glad to answer any questions you have. Thank you.